Hi there, my name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we either tie it to something that's around the house, or maybe you can actually go to the Dollar Tree. And depending on where you're at, stay safe, and here we are. So we're still doing stuff online. I'm still recording videos and things for the children in our congregation. But however you reach your kids, I am positive that they are happy and they are blessed by the ministry you are doing. So here we are at the third Sunday after Pentecost, and looking at really all of the lessons. And that is, I'm looking at the theme of giving up. And when I was reading through these themes, that is what kind of rose to the surface for me, was this theme of giving up. Whether it's throwing the arms up and go, I give up, or it's really a question, just like, what are we called to give up? At the end of the gospel lesson, it says, for those who gain their lives will lose it, and for those who lose their lives for my sake will gain it. A lot of things about giving up. So that's the theme I'm going with. And so that question about what are some of the experiences we've had that have caused us to give up? You could talk about a time of playing hide and seek where you hid so well. You hid so well that finally everybody looking for you had to give up. Or you were looking, and when it comes to hide and seek, I am not really that good, and I'm looking and I'm trying and I'm seeking and I'm finding, and finally I had to go, I give up. I can't figure it out. I can't do it. Or there are times where we would be in the back seat of the family car, and my younger brother would be tap, 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 tapping me on the shoulder, tap, 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 tap. And then he would say, all you have to do is tell me to stop. All you have to do is tell me to quit it, and I will. All you have to do is give up. And oh boy, did I not want to give up at all. It was annoying, and he knew it, but I did not want to give up. So when we read and hear the stories about these giving up, about when I read that and say, I'm called to love Jesus more than I'm called to love my parents, I go, I give up. I can't do this. It is hard. And I think that's where grace comes in, where this idea that we struggle and we go, I give up and I don't know if I can do this. And I think when we love Jesus, when we attempt to love Jesus as much as possible, one of the ways that we love Jesus is we love the people around us. We love our parents. We love those that are close to us. And then we're called to love the people that aren't close to us. And that gets hard. And I go, I don't know if I can do this. I give up. And God goes, okay. Now we can work with this. Now we can work with this. And so I'm looking at that theme. And it's, I think, the idea of when we throw up our arms and we say, I don't know if I can do this, I give up. I think if we tie it into the experience of playing a game or getting frustrated trying to figure out something, maybe when you're even learning to write the alphabet and there's that point where you go, I give up. And we go, oh, okay. And then I think you hear me. You hear where I'm going with this. And so this is the sometimes I'm looking at my notes, and maybe one of the things is that we're called to give up measuring how much we love. Because when we try to actually measure what we love, that gets really difficult. And when we, again, going back to that, when we love it tremendously, when we love without fail, when we love, and if we're going to expand the circle of who Jesus calls us to love, in loving Jesus, everybody gets included. Everyone is part of the circle. All right, so the text, there's stuff there, and these are springboards, and So right now I'm going to say, hey, I give up. And I lean on God's grace and that God calls us into this life to love Jesus. And when we love Jesus, we love our neighbors and we're called to love our enemies. And we say, okay, Jesus, use me. All right, there we are. I'm hoping this can be a springboard. Thank you for all of the work you're doing for your kids. They appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm keeping you in my prayers. I'm lifting you all up, wrapping God's arms of grace around you, and saying, I've got you. On the days that you want to say, I give up, I've got you. All right, blessings, and we will see you next week.